All right. We are live. And we're back with Keep on the Borderlands. Welcome back, everybody.
Hey, good to be back.
And welcome back to the YouTube and Twitch chats. I see Stefano in the chat. What's up, Stefano?
Who is Stefano?
You don't know Stefano?
I know Stefano. What's his handle?
Oh, the rock one.
Kupo. That's okay. I wondered if that was you. Hi, Stefano. I inferred
Wayne.
that might be him, but I wasn't certain.
That's Stefano, the one and only, the legend. So tonight, we're back with another Keep on the Borderlands. This is the old school D&D meets 5th edition game. We are playing the original Keep on the Borderlands, but modifying all the stats to 5th edition. And today, we have a very special introduction to make. Tim, last time on the channel, your character, Valentin, met their untimely end.
Yeah, put the old dust there.
So we have a new character to highlight and show everybody. For now, I've put a question mark under your name. We are not going to reveal your character until the characters meet you in the game.
Brilliant. Appreciate it.
Now, just as a bit of a recap, actually, no. Before we recap, oh my goodness, we got so much stuff going on here on the channel. Everyone, you know what's coming up in, 10 days from now? Do you know what that is? Come on, everybody. What?
Halloween? All Saints Eve?
There you go. I knew you were smarter than you looked. Yes, it's Halloween. And of course, here on the channel, I take Halloween very seriously. In fact, I have a horror-themed campaign. I don't know if you all knew that. I do. It's called Supernatural 20, where we play one-shot horror games, and we've kind of strung them along to make a campaign. And so, with that being said, I'm going to I want you to all see this, everybody. With that being said, the season 1 finale of Supernatural 20 is coming out on October 30th, the day before Halloween, where we are playing Ravenloft. Oh, it's going to be awesome. We are playing it as a one-shot. We're recording it, and we're going to put it out as a live premiere here on YouTube. So make sure that you are subscribed. You hit the bell icon so that you get notifications when that video goes live. You're not going to want to miss it. All right, that's going to be epic. And there's also something else going on here on the stream. We have Wild Beyond the Witchlight on Thursday nights, the new campaign. It's going to be alternating with this one. And, of course, Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden on Tuesday nights. That is coming to its exciting finish very soon. I would assume within the next few months, well, definitely by, I'd say, the end of December, we're going to be done with that. So lots of stuff happening here on the channel. Make sure you hit those buttons down below. All right, so now let's get into our game. Let's go through the characters, and then we'll introduce the new character later. Let's start with Chris.
What up, guys? So, as you know, my character is a small little gnomish wizard named Hieronymus Bosch, and he is secretly hoping that the replacement character for our dead barbarian is another gnome. So there will be two of us, and we can do even more evil things. I mean, not so evil things.
Yes, we love Hieronymus because of his antics and his style. I think that's his.
He's got style.
He's got style. Let's jump over to Fritz.
Hey everybody, playing Ula. I'm the party's resident druid. Missed one episode. I missed last week's episode to find out someone in the party got killed. We're in a lot of trouble. I caught up on the stream, and I guess we're going to see what happens this week. You have to be very, very cautious here.
Yeah, it was sad that you weren't there to be there for Tim's loss here, but. You know, you actually held it down. We played your character, and the entangle was really just so important for these fights in the swamps where the bullywugs kind of had their way with the terrain. So,
yeah, it's been good spell.
Yeah, it's been good for the group. We're glad to have you back. All right, let's go to Jeff.
Hey, I'm Jeff. I'm playing Scooty, son of Skiggy. He's a fighting bard or a bardic fighter, however you want to look at it. And to everyone's surprise, not the first character to die in this campaign.
Tried.
Considering how close he's been so many times.
Yeah, that is so true. I think if I were a betting man, I would have picked you.
Yeah, I would have too.
All right, we jump down to Nate's now.
Howdy, folks. I'm playing Barachelios, the resident holy man and paladin, follower of Hyperius, god of light and the sun. And very, very sad to be missing our dear friend Valentin this week, but excited to make another friend.
Yeah.
As the deep-voiced Barrack is excited to make friends.
I'm sure you'll love Tim's character. Barrack, I mean, we'll love Tim's character. Tim, we're going to skip over you, but welcome back. John?
I'm playing Sasori, our resident little stabby rogue. I'm playing with a really fun 6 intelligence, and my character is starting to really find, his own place.
He's become the opportunistic Terminator. He just gets the death shots in.
Yeah, I got a lot of kills. I also have realized that I'm not as durable as I'd like, but having a lot of fun sneaking around, and I don't know.
But John, you said you're playing with a 6 intelligence. What's Sasori's intelligence?
-2. Very good. Walked into that door.
A lot of our characters mimic ourselves, real life stats.
Yeah, they say that's the best way to act, is to really live the character. So,
yeah.
Don't dream it, be it.
Exactly.
Well, you almost all of you kind of chimed in on what happened last week, but as a bit of a recap, you were able to get through the reed maze of the Bullywug. You defeated the Bullywug King, and you were able to free Elendria, the Nixie Queen that you were looking for. She had been kidnapped by the Bullywugs. The Bullywugs have been very, very aggressive in this region, and most of the creatures are about fed up with them. And so you might have done the entire area a deed here. So now you're headed back, and I think the next question is, what do you want to do now? Because you are all very injured and very spent of resources. So what's the plan here?
I know Barrack is set on taking care of Valentin's body and honoring it. And the morning sunrise would probably be the best time. So timing might work out.
Oh, it is coming up on dawn. Yeah, so that would work. Mm-hmm.
Sasori's into a funeral. This sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
How much time do we have relative to how far we have to go to get back to the Nixies encampment or wherever we saw them, whatever you want to call that?
Bank of the river.
Yeah, their island.
We're still on the timer, right? We still got that deadline.
Yeah. It sure suck if Valentin died and then we didn't get paid because we were 20 minutes late.
Yeah. Well, again, the Nixies were a tiny bit vague with it. They said they wanted you back here in one day. It was in the late afternoon, or not mid-afternoon, we had said. So I'm just going to say it was 3 o'clock, and I'm going to decide that it is... Okay, so actually not that bad. It's only 4 in the morning right now.
I honestly think we can just kind of motor on through. We'll find our way back. Just go over
11 hours.
We'll hike through the night, and in the morning, whenever you guys feel like burying the meat, we can bury that, and then keep on going. Hieronymus is very torn up by this loss.
One less person to die for you.
Well, he did his job. That could have been me.
Okay, well, mechanically speaking, we should at least take a short rest.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Fair enough.
And so I'm going to give myself my second win back.
So what's that mean? A 15 minutes and a short rest?
Yeah, correct. 15 minutes. By the way, if you're interested in our house rules, which we have, we actually have quite a bit. This is we heavily modified the 5th edition rules to make it more feel that old school feel. So that's down below in the description. You can check that out. So a short rest. You're all going to use your hit dice, and remember, you gain half of your hit dice spent back on a long rest. So right now, I don't know how many hit dice you have left. You can each kind of tell me what you're doing as your upkeep, and then we'll move on.
Can you
Sure,
regain any?
I'll start us off. I rolled my last remaining hit die, and I got 6 HP back, so I'm up to 11 now.
Okay, great. I'm going to go to the Roll20 scene so people can see what we're doing. All right. All right, so
You're
John,
still
you're
showing
healed
us your
to...
screen.
Say it again?
You're just still showing us your screen.
Oh, right,
yeah,
on
I
our
was just
Zoom.
about to mention
Yeah.
that.
Okay, good. I haven't shown anything dangerous yet.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that. Really.
Thank you.
promise.
Nice, honest PCs.
I swear.
Every one of you, except for Nate. You're on my list.
Paladin.
Yeah, he's too honest. Darn
Be
it.
the character.
By the light of Hyperius, people.
Don't
so
dream
Story
it, be
was-
it.
I was stealthing it. I did my character.
Okay, I think all I get back is my second win, which I'm not going to spend right now, but I have no hit dice left, so.
Yeah, probably better to keep your... Because that's a resource you could use in battle.
Yeah, and I'm at 11 hit points, which is
That's a lot for
not
you.
enough to. Well, it's not enough to survive a bullywug swallow, but it's a lot.
Nothing is enough to survive that swallow.
That was pretty much save or die.
It really was, yeah.
So we are going old school here.
We are going old school. I'm going to go to the map of the Borderlands, because I think that's probably good to look at. The group is located right here at the Bullywug Swamp. All right, so everyone's done their rest, correct?
Do we regain any spells from this rest, or is it just
I do believe, you're a wizard, so you get, what is it, 1 plus your level, or no?
No, I think he has to have a long rest for that, doesn't he?
I think he gets 1 back on a short rest, Arcane Recovery for wizards.
Yeah, Arcane Recovery. It's
Oh.
based off your level.
I
Yeah.
did not know that.
When you
That's
finish
just-
a short rest once per day,
Spell
You get
equal
back
to half your level, I think.
So
Minimum
one.
of 1.
yeah, so you
Oh.
get 1 spell slot back
Ooh,
on a short rest.
I'm gonna take a spell.
Just curious, how many spells do you have left?
None.
Oh,
Only
okay,
one.
good. So you get 1 back.
I'll get 1 back.
Yeah, you can choose.
I
to
only
expend-
get 3, so
Yeah, it's important. This is an important rest then. So you get equal to or less than half your wizard level, rounded up.
I'm gonna go with the ever favorite sleep just because.
Okay, sleep.
No, it's
You
a
don't
spell
have to
slot.
say.
It's a spell slot.
Yeah,
so
it's
you
a
can-
spell slot. Yeah, true.
Yeah, like
But
level
you're
1 or
thinking
level 2.
sleep. He's
I don't
thinking
have
sleep.
any level 2.
So you'd use it out of any level 1.
Yeah, any level spell that you've prepared that day, you could use.
Alright.
All right.
And,
So
and do we
let's
get any hit points during this time? Forgive me for not knowing anything about these rules.
say it again one more time.
Do we get any hit points back from this?
That would be up to you if you want to expend hit dice. You'd roll a hit
If you-
dice and add your con bonus to it.
I think I'm in good shape. I don't really know what that means.
Well,
I
you'd
don't
roll a
have
d6.
Any to spend?
You have 2 to spend. You have 2 hit dice because you're a second level, and you are d6 because you're a wizard. So
I'm gonna
2d6.
I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it, guys. I'm gonna roll a hit die.
You can also roll 1 at a time, and if you decide
I only
to roll
need
more
one.
later. Okay.
I don't even need to roll that good. I'll get my con bonus and that'll be it. But here we go. Boom.
Full health?
I'm back to full.
Okay, good. All right. All right, so we're all set.
Is now the highest in the party. Now that the barbarian's dead.
That's true.
You've always been the highest. Yeah.
All right, so let's head back to... You wanted to head back to the island, which is right here. So that's going to take you... We had said that each 4 squares is going to take an hour of travel at normal speed in the swamps. It's going to be a bit slower. You'll have to roll to see if you go slower than that. And then I think it'll all depend on your checks, your survival checks here. So we've been doing it with Fritz because you're the druid, but I was thinking about this. Does anybody... What is the best survival score of the group?
-1.
0. I'm sure
Negative-
Fritz. I'm
Negative
sure
one?
Ula's best.
Probably because of the wisdom
Mine's
score.
0.
Yeah, I've got 3.
Is your wisdom a 3?
Yeah, +3.
Do you have the proficiency or no? Or are you just going
I
based
have
on...
proficiency in it.
You don't?
I do.
Oh, you do. So it probably is higher. It's probably what,
Plus 5.
5, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Ula is the best. Yeah, Ula's the best. So I'm gonna allow Ula to make the survival check.
All right. Here we go.
Okay. So unfortunately,
I'm telling you, every roll has been awful for
That's
survival.
it's the dice that are killing us.
so you're gonna
Yeah,
go
change
2
my color.
spaces for the hour here, and we'll see if there's anything that happens. I assume you wanted to go the same route back, kind of, right?
You might want to steer around the lizard people, though.
Sure.
Children.
The mound. Yeah, that was up here.
The children come chattering out of their cave.
No, they died. It's just the pissed off moms now.
Right. We killed everybody. Yeah.
But we collapsed the roof on the
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
We?
Well,
What,
It's a
what
team
about
effort, everybody.
Is the ogre with us still, or do you?
yeah.
Not-
It did not wait for us.
Not is with you. Yes. Not didn't go in the water. He doesn't like water.
By the way, it's my intent to kill him. Just so I secretly let you guys know that he will perish before this.
What?
That's gonna have to be a
Liability.
role playing
You want to try to take
conversation.
him on all by yourself? Yeah.
I secretly planned to kill our friend.
Well, he abandoned us in a fight.
You only have one meat shield at that point, man, and that's
If you could train him, then you could go through much deeper water.
Hieronymus has an action of just kind of or a bad habit of thinking out loud. That's all.
Evidently.
I like it. Bob, when do
Uh,
you think sunrise is?
In an hour. It's
So
coming.
one more hour?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a dice roll, Chris. D6.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. How about a 3?
A 3. All right. So a 3.
I don't like that.
As you're walking through the swamp, you see some heavy tracks.
Uh-oh.
Hard to tell what these are unless you were to investigate them a little bit more, but you can see they're sporadic, spread out. They don't look like boot marks. Definitely some sort of animal.
I see tracks. They look like some sort of animal.
Bobby, can I do a survival?
Yeah, I think to maybe go survival. Yeah,
Or nature.
yeah. I was gonna say nature might be the more
Is that
like to
an 18 or a
identify.
4?
It's a 4.
So with a 4, I could say that it's hard to tell which direction they're headed, and
It's a 9,
because they're
but-
so sporadic, and you probably can't follow them. That's what the survival check would tell you. If you want to give me a nature check, you can see what type of animal they are.
Yeah, let's
My
do
nature is 4. I'm proficient.
Roll it.
Oh, help him! It was almost a 1.
It's almost a 1.
So what does that make it, Fritz, with your bonus?
18.
18.
So, Fritz, you can tell that the marks are giant spider.
Oh.
Hold on. If
Oh,
it's,
sorry,
Never
I
mind.
apologize. Giant crab spiders.
What was the thing that we fought before?
That was a water spider.
Oh, so there's more than one kind. Neat.
Yes. And Fritz, your nature check would tell you that being so close to the spiderwood here, that's probably a group of spiders adventuring out hunting. So this area may be pretty dangerous.
Let's go. Let's move.
You can't tell. You didn't roll high on the survival check, so you don't know which direction or how many they are. But
As we drag the corpse of our friend, we go, oh, this area might be dangerous.
yep, giant crab spiders are here.
Uh,
So what do you suggest to the group then, Ula?
I think we just keep moving, right? Move away from the forest. I mean, that's the best I can tell. 50-50 chance if they're hunting or heading out or heading into the forest.
So rather than go this way, you want to go north a bit more?
I mean, what do you guys think? I think.
Are we
I'd
headed
rather-
back towards that one area?
You're trying to head back to here, the
Yeah.
island.
Okay.
I could put a little target here for you. That's ideally where you'd want to go.
Okay.
Risk it, cut through the forest.
Yeah, risk it, cut through the forest, I'm sure. What's the worst could happen?
I'd rather stay out of the trees.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just, while I'm watching people deliberate, I'm just gonna try to hide.
Because just for practice.
18.
Awesome. 18.
All right, so while they're all looking at the tracks,
got Sasori!
Sasori disappeared. The spiders got him.
I tap you on the shoulder.
It's terrible! What a doom!
That's great. That's good. All right, Fritz, give me another survival check and tell me which direction you would like to lead the group.
So what are we doing, guys? Go through the forest?
You're
I vote
the
nay.
expert.
Is there...
Like, not too far into it, maybe?
You want that extra experience?
We do not need much experience to get to 3rd level.
How many
I
experience?
suggest that we find one kobold and we tickle it to death and level up.
Just wait till I'm back in the group before you go for the
All right,
experience. Just
we'll
wait till I'm
be
back.
smart. We'll go around, and hopefully I'll make a good survival check to
Yes, let's go
carry
around.
us there.
I think we have plenty of time to take a safe route.
How much experience is Zeb worth?
Hey.
I'm starting to see the point of Hieronymus's perspective.
Yeah.
We just need 26 EP or XP.
Oh, well, if you say it that way, then
So Fritz,
Corey's character arc.
are you going faster through the woods, or are you going? Because the woods are also going to be easier for you to navigate.
We're gonna go around. We're gonna play it
Okay.
safe.
All right. Boo.
Bobby's trying to get us into the woods.
transparent DM.
Bob secretly hit all the bad guys in the swamp. He's trying to help us.
Maybe he's trying to get us to go around the swamp. His plans.
All right, so that works. That's a 15, so that's going to get you to go your normal speed anyway. So 15 plus 5, so that's actually a 20. So you're going to go 4 squares.
Sweet.
You want me to move us?
You can move the party token, yeah. All right. Now, yeah, perfect. Okay, good. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I don't know, I'm counting by 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. All right, so now we go to, that would be hour 2. So now the sun is beginning to rise over the horizon as you get to this little stream. Seems like a good place to perhaps rest. I'm going to say that there will be no random encounter here. So let's go to the group. You can talk about your funeral that you want to have for Valentin.
Sure. Barrick's gonna immediately take some his tinderbox and start up a small fire, and begin to collect some wood.
I'll help gather wood.
Again, this doesn't need to be
Honorable thing to do.
yeah.
I like the idea of drifting the body out on this little lake here. So, try to take some of my rope and put a couple of, bigger pieces together to see if I can get a small raft.
Nice.
We're gonna burn him, not bury him. That's an odd custom.
I'm gonna burn.
think
I'm
we
not gonna
both
say
need to-
anything at this moment, though.
The ground is wet. We'll never get his body to stay. The animals will have him in hours. Burning is the only way.
That's the way of nature. To bury him.
Did
Bury
Valentin have
Marita.
any? Did Valentin ever say what his cultures did with bodies?
I was never counted on dying quite so soon. Come up in
barbarian.
conversation.
Well,
Fire.
Let's say he's
Hieronymus,
Viking, not Etruscan. Let's go with that.
Hieronymus offers to the group that, if we did happen to save part of him, like his finger, we could resurrect him when we're level 20 or 15. But then we can have him as our friend again.
Who's cutting his finger off?
I almost thought you were going to say pet, but I'm glad you said friend.
Friend's a very loose word.
So I laid his body down on the ground and pretty sternly say, I want to ensure that Valentin gets to the afterlife. And I will continue collecting to make sure this raft is just sturdy enough just to hold his body so that it has time to burn.
Okay. Give me a, let's see, what check could we use here? Survival, probably, to make a raft or some fashion to float a human-sized body. And I think if you
There we
wanted to
go.
use this as a, I don't think anybody else needs rest at this point, but you can do something of your own. Well, I think Hieronymus, you said, or you helped it. So I know you helped him collect firewood, and Stefano said you wanted to just go with the big armored guy with the shield. So we get it. But did you have anything that you want to do for the raft, or are you like just done helping?
Hieronymus?
Yeah.
Oh, he's just trying to make a show of not being completely indifferent.
Oh, he's just trying to show that he's not indifferent. Got it.
He's trying to show that he could not care less.
I'm flattered. The effort Valentin appreciates.
But it's the effort that counts, right?
It is. It is. Yeah. That's what they say, at least.
I'm keeping an eye on Valentin to make sure he's got all of his fingers and toes.
As am I.
So Nate, give me a check here.
I gave you a survival. I got 13.
A 13. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So I'd say that that's enough to fashion a serviceable raft. You can place his body on it, test it, and it floats.
Excellent.
What do we find on his body, by the way? We're gonna like at least take his gold, right? And maybe like a journal or something we can learn about. No.
Tim, what do you have on you?
I think I had 20 gold in various currency. Some armor, big axe. Not much. It's a simple guy.
Axes burn.
Honestly, I already deleted the character sheet, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, we'll hold on to that currency to make an appropriate
Yeah, it was definitely
contribution.
20 gold in currency and in
But
various.
I mean, didn't we scavenge the armor off the bullywugs anyway?
Correct, and we have another scale now, right? But
you
So
did.
I'd say let's just the appropriate thing to do for a barbarian funeral would be to burn him in his armor with his axe on his chest.
Oh,
I concur.
absolutely.
I'm adding 5 gold now, by the way, everyone. So add 5 gold.
Or 4.
Yeah, or
5 of us.
What about
I
Zeb?
didn't count myself.
That's
Straight
fine.
to
You don't
Zeb.
need to. You don't
I was
need
like,
to have
hey. Yeah, I'm
Zeb,
with you, John.
Zeb is going to actually stand over by you all as you're divvying up the gold. He's going to just stand behind Hieronymus and look at the gold being counted.
I'll say Zeb deserves his share, and I'll throw him a copper piece. There you go.
I'll throw him a
all the
copper.
copper.
I'll
He'll
throw him a
take the-
copper and then pick his pocket.
Whoa.
God, you guys are horrible.
Are you going to
They're
try to pick?
monsters.
You are going to
Yeah,
pick
let's go.
Zeb's pocket?
Sleight of hand.
No, don't even worry about it. He's too oblivious. He's looking at the 1 copper that Chris gave him.
All right, what do I get?
He doesn't. How many copper have you given him over the course? What was it? 7 copper.
I forget how much we paid him.
So 7 copper, and he's got 1 now. And after he's done looking at it and cherishing it, he's a big guy, but his childish face. He looks at the coin, puts it in his pocket, and then he undoes his pocket inside out, and he's like, "Oh, no, my family.
Horrible.
How are they gonna eat?"
Oh my God, Zeb, did you drop all of your money?
It looks like that. Yes.
You got to be more careful. And I throw him another copper.
He's really just beside himself.
Don't worry, Zeb. Your kids can work off their debt.
You humans are terrible people.
I'm an elf. Thank you very much.
You're not half human. You can't fool me.
Humans are the worst. So after the raft is built, Nate, what do you want to say as the sun is rising and you're pushing him off into the lake?
Yeah, sure. We place the battle axe on top, and I actually am going to sprinkle parts of my things for my tinderbox, you know, and get it all ready with some liquid out of my water skin, and ask Fritz to light an arrow. See if he can do that.
Yep. Light up an arrow and
Yeah. Are you open?
Aim.
And I'll ask
Good
Fritz. Would you do the honor of lighting him a flame, friend?
I'll send him off once he's out there floating on the river.
Awesome.
Light him
So
up.
I'll gently push him, and I'm gonna nod to everybody and say, "Everyone, grab your water skin, please."
Got it.
All right.
Stand in front of the fire with the flame on my face and motion for everyone to gather around as we look out to the lake and the body drifts of our friend Valentin. And I look down at the fire. Our battle companion's soul has drifted away to the peak of Mount Argonia, full of sun, full of day. We shall not know another to master rage and blade, but will strive for the light and repel the shade. He takes a deep breath, looks out at Valentin. Let this luminous fellowship raise a glass to our friend and drink heartily today, for we know not when we end.
Very nice.
And nods to Fritz.
You light it up, Fritz?
Send that arrow off and send him on his journey.
So miss.
The arrow. The flaming arrow hits the. It misses.
Game of Thrones style.
Right in the water.
Roll the hit.
Big win.
Here we go.
He's prone, so that's
roll the
-2.
Oh, yes. Yay.
Prone
Valentin's
target.
armor was like
Disadvantage.
Let's put it into perspective. Doesn't matter what AC Valentin had, he always got hit. So
That's true. That's true. If you don't mind, I've prepared an epic poem to celebrate Valentin's heroism. It goes a little something like this. Savage Val ventured into the fens, slaying bullywugs along with his friends. Val fought from inside till the Frog King had died. We'll call it the most epic of ends.
bravo.
Cheers.
Gotta go
Well
drink,
done.
drink to this. Jeez, guys.
That's
Bravo.
the second draft. The first one wasn't quite so complimentary.
Sasori's getting really emotional. Kind of screams out, "Oh, Valentin! Oh, poor Valentin!
As you count his gold.
I didn't know you half as well as I should like, and I liked you half as well as you deserve. Oh, poor Valentin." And I take another swig.
Nice.
Meanwhile, all of you gain 5 hit points because we took a short rest. 5 temporary hit points.
Nice. Nice. So there was more to that speech than just honor. You all felt rejuvenated by the sun and
There
by
you go.
Barachelios. All right. Ready to head off to the island?
Let's go.
Sure.
Hi.
Fritz, go ahead. Give me another survival check. You can go one
lost.
space.
Forward progress. We're torn up. Our eyes are all teared
We're
up.
back in the woods.
It was hard.
All right, Bob, I'll just sign it now. You can zoom in for next time when they finally get to the island.
Yeah, there's our one space.
Okay. Give me a, let's see, Nate, give me a D6.
Okay. Sorry.
That was great.
That was not what I meant to do. There we go.
5, okay. So you head past, I guess it's this getting out of the swamp here. It's still a bit of a marshland. But you see and hear up ahead some squabbling. You hear croaking of bullywugs. So the area that you're in right now is getting a bit more fertile. There are trees here. Not many, but there are some. Large enough to hide behind. As you hear the bullywug croaking, you scatter amongst the trees, the few trees here, and you can see the patrol coming up. It's about 6 of them. They have spears on their backs and shields, but they seem to be preoccupied with their conversation as they walk through the area. What do you
Let
do?
him pass. I vote just hide and let him pass.
Let him pass.
Yep, let 'em
Absolutely.
pass.
That's way more than 26 experience points right there.
That would be your level up right there.
And then some. Yeah, but then we'd have to stop and have another funeral.
We do have not this time.
You do have not. Now, they're pretty far away. I'd say they're maybe, between 60 and 90 feet away from you. You're hiding behind a few of the larger trees you can see. Not is pretty large, though, so
Uh-oh.
he's kind of sticking out a little bit, like a sore thumb here. The bullywug, though, as they pass, kind of going kind of perpendicular to each other, they might glance over at your area, but seeing not, they don't want anything to do with him. So they cautiously keep their distance, and as long as you stay hidden, they're going to continue on south. Not'll even say, "What would you like me to do?"
Well, remember, Not and I have been practicing hiding together.
He's hiding. His head is behind some of the leafy branches.
Give him a big thumbs up.
We
The
Way
rest
to
of his
go.
body is beneath the branches, but
Way to go.
all right. So Fritz, give me another survival check.
2. 11.
There you go.
Okay, so that's going to be 3 spaces. All right, so you get to the edge of the Goblin Water River, and you can see that it's about 8 in the morning now, 9 in the morning. You didn't rest at all. You traveled through the night, and you got here. At this point, getting to your destination here, everyone is going to give me a Constitution saving throw.
I did want to talk to him. Too late.
You can talk, but
Has she been asleep this whole time?
she's been asleep this whole time. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, thank God.
Oof.
Oh,
What do we get, everybody?
Again.
That's a
Call-
20,
I got a
19,
10 was
18 in a row.
the
So
lowest.
Okay. So you were able to stave off any exhaustion from traveling throughout the night, but you will need to rest soon, or else you're going to keep taking more of these checks to gain levels of exhaustion until you do sleep. All right. So now we get to the river, and it's at this point the sun is now overhead in the sky. Definitely, light fills the land. Elendria will wake up as you're approaching the river. And who has her? You, Sasori?
I think I passed her off a while ago.
Who has
Is she
Elendria?
riding in my little crib on Zeb's back?
Oh,
Yes,
Zeb,
that's what it
okay.
is.
Yeah.
So Elendria wakes up and she, she's rather small, right? She could fit in his pack. She pops up out of the bag and says to all of you, "Where are we?"
I got you home, baby.
Andrea, we are
Oh
back.
my God.
We're back to your river.
The island. She looks out at the river kind of flowing, and she says, "Thank you. I don't know what I can do to repay you, but I do appreciate you saving me. Those bullywugs are terrible creatures."
Aye.
Hopefully, we've thinned their ranks. They'll no longer be a problem.
She was kind of delirious for the entire combat, so she doesn't really know what you've done, just that you got her out of there. So, but she's happy that you've thinned their ranks because they've been a nuisance for quite some time now. She says, I I guess this is goodbye. I don't even know all of your names.
You
Well,
have
as I recall, your people told us they'd help us find the bandits that we're looking for if we were able to rescue you. So I'd like to get a chance to consult with them before we wander off into the tins.
I can see now, yes. You there. And she points to Barrack. You have kept your promise. A good choice. Let's go to the island then. And she's preparing to, well, I guess she's going to kiss all of you so that you can breathe and cross the river.
Oh,
Lady.
we can do it all Derek style, walking across the bottom.
how tall is she?
She's probably no more than a foot and a half tall.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too bad this is a family stream, huh, Hieronymus?
So she'll bestow you with the Nixie blessing so that you can breathe underwater, and she will swim along with you under the current of the river and head to the island. Right. So,
let's go.
just out of curiosity, is anyone actually walking along the water, or are you swimming, or how are you doing? Just to know the style in which you're getting over there.
Walking on the bottom.
Walking on the bottom? Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like the
Yeah, I
most
guess
fun.
so.
Big
Unless-
stone.
Yeah, if you're heavy and wearing heavy armor or something like that, you're going to be sink to the bottom, I guess. All right. So as you walk along the bottom of the river, the first time you were walking, you kind of walked more to the northern side. This time you're headed a little bit more further south to the center, where you kind of had your first camp before you tried to leave the island. And this time, as you go under the water, you might be, now that you feel like your mission is part complete, you've opened up your eyes a bit. You can see among the underwater plant life here, you notice that there are some sort of very large masses in the, kind of like in the ground, the river bottom leading up to the island. As it slopes up, you can see there's very large mounds under there. And they don't look like clams or mussels or anything like that. They're much bigger, but covered with a lot of dirt.
Are they
Let's
make
natural or
a
constructed?
survival check, nature check.
Yeah, nature check, yeah. Well, you wouldn't know much for it's with a 2, or with a perhaps a higher than that, maybe 3 or whatever you have for nature. But you know that these would be massive clams if they were dug in there. Massive. The pearls would be huge.
I'm gonna actively try to avoid them as I continue along the bottom.
Yeah, sure. So you are walking up the slope of the water of the riverbed, and you see these large, masses covered in dirt. As you walk left, walk right to weave in between. Barrack, you kind of slip a bit and scuff up some of the dirt on one of the masses. Instead of a clamshell or any sort of large shelled creature, a rock even, you see as the mud washes off or brushes off, covered in layers of weed, is perhaps the top of the head of someone, and a jester's cap,
How big are these things?
about the size of a person.
Wait,
Do I notice? Sorry, notice this?
Barrack did.
Barrett did.
Is anyone else walking around the bottom, or am I the only one?
no,
I
no.
think a couple people were, yeah.
There too.
Okay.
I see.
I'm going to turn to them and kind of motion towards whatever just that jester cap, and kind
Can
of
we-
point to it.
Can we talk with the Nixie's kiss, or are we
You
mute
can't speak.
underwater?
It would be like speaking underwater, yeah. You can breathe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm
So,
just pointing to it.
yep, I
Try to grab
walk
it.
up to the nearest one next to me and also inspect it.
Yeah, you can see that there's, if you were to brush off some of the dirt and seaweed that's layered on top of these mounds, it looks like they are people. The first one that you take off, John, is a human. Looks like maybe perhaps hard to tell how old they are, but in their 20s, younger individual who, you can see their face is kind of waterlogged, puffed up. Their eyes are shut, but they seem to be bound in some way and wrapped in like some seaweed. And the dirt that was covering them, collected on them over however long it was, concealed their identity.
Where's Alendria at this point?
Alendria is swimming with you all, although
How's she
this is all happening very quickly. So he just noticed something, pointed. Alendria is becoming aware of what you're doing. She doesn't seem to mind, like she sees what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the one that I saw and see if there's any identifying the gesture.
Yeah, this one looks very strange. Tim, do you want to describe your character?
I guess we know what we're supposed to do now. We stab each one through the heart before they rise from the dead.
Quick, before he lays eggs, kill them all.
I check his pockets.
They might be slee stack. Kill them.
Slee stack.
Yeah, so this human at the bottom of the river, covered in mud and silt and seaweed, like Bob was saying. Jester cap and kind of a motley assortment of clothes, but there's also some armor in there too, just kind of underneath very particularly baggy clothes. And the person is very kind of rail thin underneath it, but stuck on the bottom of the river there. Human.
Yeah. So
5 o'clock shadow. It's been a while down there on the bottom of the river.
So everyone, obviously you see Tim's character here, and Nate, this is alarming to you because this is very strange. There's just a whole, maybe like half a dozen of these large mounds covered in mud and silt and debris, and they seem to be just like stuck here at the riverbed, under the water.
As I look at oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, as I look at Swori and Sasori, I'm gonna kind of look back at the person I just pulled up and kind of shake them underwater.
They seem to be alive.
I
mean, they're not cold.
Very hard to tell. The one that John pulled up is very, like, puffy from taking on so much water.
It doesn't look decayed.
No.
Oh, we got to get these guys out of here.
I want to shake the one I picked up.
Ooh.
When you start to shake and get all the seaweed and wrapping off of it, Alendria now will come up to you. She'll kind of swim down real quick up to you, and she'll look at you and she'll wave her finger back and forth, and she'll point back to him and point to you where's the pearl, Nate, that they gave you?
Oh, it'd be in my pack, I guess.
She can almost sense where that pearl is, and she'll reach into your pack and pull out the pearl, and she'll shake her hand like this at you. No. She'll point to the surface and start to swim up that way.
I'm gonna look at Scori and Sasori and make a shrug while I'm holding the body in my hand.
I'm gonna walk over and kind of tell Barrett to keep going on. I'm just gonna cut the bindings and then swim up to the surface.
Sure.
Okay. So I'll
Fair
kind
enough.
of gently start putting the body down so that you can do that and raise my hands up and kind of keep walking.
So you all head back up the riverbed. You can.
Are we on the side towards the island or the other
this
side?
was up against the island, exactly. Yeah. So you get up to the island now. You come up for air, and you walk onto the land, and you see that all the Nixies, there are maybe 20 of them or so, floating around in the air. Some of them are on the ground, greeting Alendria, hugs all around. And then Alendria looks at you, Barrick, and says, "Unfortunately, those men have met their fate. They are ours. We keep them there. They broke promises to us. You have been given a gift as well, and you kept your promise, so you may remain with your friends.
All right. Although I don't see why, if any of them are still alive. Oh, wow, shoot, I haven't spoken in a while. I don't see why, if any of them are still alive. We actually lost a dear companion while saving you, Elendria.
We need to
Why
replace him.
shouldn't we gain a new one?
Tim, your character springs to life as the seaweed's been cut from you. All this jostling has the pearl that was your gift, that was in your mouth, was popped loose, and you seem to come back to consciousness. Now you're gasping for air, and you see the people's feet headed up onto the island. What do you do?
Oh, I'm immediately gonna get out of the water because if I can't breathe, then like the first thing to do is obviously crawl out of the water.
Yeah. Barrick and the rest of the group, as you're speaking to Elendria, you see that character with the jester hat and baggy clothing just like come up for air and vomit all the water out as he gasps for life.
Oh, bleh. Slap the ground a few times, just getting the water in my lungs. I just woke up at the bottom of the pond, so this is a real culture shock for me.
I need an explanation.
Yeah, so
I face him and draw my weapons.
okay.
Wait there, friend. Hey, oh, hey, you're just what's going on here, pals?
I believe
No,
what was
no.
the first Nixie you met, Manea?
Mania.
She will come up to Elendria and whisper, but audible enough probably for Barrick at least to hear because you were close enough. And she says, we did promise them more riches if they brought you back. We weren't sure if it was possible. We do have to uphold our promise as well. Elendria looks to the group, looks to you, and says, then you may take this one. That will be your reward.
I promise I can be useful to you.
Hey, now, I don't know.
Whoa!
What else do you have to offer us?
Well, there's all the holy avenging sword that we have. We have the cloak of many faces, and or this man.
Am I not good enough? Come on, no, it's really a good time.
My dear Elendria, we struck a deal with your kind, hoping to help you so that you would help us. And we were promised quite a bit and lost a dear friend in that struggle. While we are happy to, well, happy might be a lot as I look at Hieronymus and Sasori. While we are lightly content to have this new friend with us, we also hoped for quite a bit more.
Yes, you want to know the location of your humans.
Yes, those dirty bandits.
Manea says, so she'll say that I can take you to them, and that was part of the deal. And this is your monetary reward. This one.
So, we were promised help with our mission, pearls, and a magic weapon.
Don't think a pearl is something that I'm going to be wanting to take from these lasses.
Yeah, but for killing the Bullywug leader and saving the Nixie leader.
Yep.
Which we
so
did
you
both.
did, and they're giving you the best item of all. This one is magical, she'll say. You see his cap. I believe that is where the source of his power comes from.
I instantly fall in love with him. And kind of, yeah.
More.
This is so much fun. How'd you do it?
I look to the rest of the group to see what they think about this deal, knowing Naimea will lead us to our humans and get this guy.
I am not pleased to be leaving 5 more people under that water.
Neither am I.
I'm
Friend
thinking we
story.
may have fought for the wrong side.
All right, so it's at
be
this
honest,
point
I think-
where I want to take just a quick break from the gameplay for a moment. Tim, now that your character is with the group, Tim and I recorded a little video, got a little
okay.
ditty here. So we recorded a video. I'm almost certain that it's going to play and it's going to have no hiccups at all. I'm almost certain. So we're going to do that, and you're going to see what Tim was up to while the group was off in the Bullywug land.
God help us all.
All right, here we go. Let's see. All right, everybody, we're here. We've got Tim. They know what's going on, Tim. So let's see those dice rolls.
Let's do it. Here we go. All right. 3 d6s. 12.
Off to a great start, so 12.
That's much better than the last one. 8. Okay, well, that's all right.
An 8, not bad.
We're coming downhill.
7, the wheels are coming off.
The wheels are going way off.
Way off. 6, so we're going lower. Oh,
We're
back.
back in. Okay.
15, that's nice.
Wait, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. One more? Okay.
One more.
Oh, please take it out.
I
We'll
like
take
it.
it. We'll take it.
I like it. And remember, I believe we have one stat that can be replaced with a 14. That was
Yeah, okay.
So you've got a couple of options here, and I'm excited to see what you come up with. Obviously, we're here in the game, so I'm going to let you explain what you made.
It'll be great. Can't wait.
All right. See you on the tabletop, everybody. All right, so here we are. We are in real time now. Tim, do you want to tell the group what your character may be capable of?
Yeah, so based on those incredibly great rolls we got there, ended up making a cleric. So we don't have a cleric now, and I got a decent wisdom. Ended up doing the Constitution dumb stat, so we got a solid 14 for con right now. So a solid 10 hit points. Just trying to keep you alive. But yeah, cleric with heavy armor, I want to say I'm wearing.
Yeah, I think you're...
I'm wearing medium armor and
medium
I got a shield.
yeah. Mhm.
So I got 15 AC, 10 HP, still level 1, so some like very minor healings, some trickery clerics, so some little illusions. Hopefully I can play off John a bit with those. A little bit of damage dealing, but hopefully try and fill some utility here and deal some damage at the same time. Got a big old stabby spear kind of thing.
And tell us now that you're going to meet the group, tell them who you are. What's your name?
Eric Gaverness.
Here we go.
Rhymes like Gaverness.
Eric Gaverness. Nice. All right, so that's Tim, and we're here. So now that you all have Eric with you, what do you do now? So the Nixies look at you as if they have fulfilled their end of the bargain here.
Time to alter the deal.
Oops. Sorry, that was loud. Gonna go back to some volume here that's appropriate. Go ahead.
I don't know that we're in a position right now to protest this. But I will be back someday for those people.
I'd be
I'm
happy
not,
to fight.
I'm not leaving them under this river forever.
I nod to Squirty.
Not today. And then I look over to Eric and say, "Please do it again! Do it again!"
Did
How
y'all
long
just
will
bury a
Eric
friend?
be
It
down there?
might be time to eat feet out of here before they decide that it's time to bury 2 friends in one day for y'all.
Where are the bandits? And where is the girl?
Yes, so just double checking, nodding to everyone in turn. I nod at Hieronymus, waiting for his response.
Manea will say, I will take you to them. I will take you to them. We will uphold our end of the bargain.
Hieronymus is fighting hard to keep his mouth shut.
Mm.
All right, let's go.
All right. Manea will guide everyone. Now, there's one problem. As you came up from the water here, Not is on the other side of the river. He never came with you. He got the kiss. You all dove under, and Not stayed on the other side. You could see him, the big lug, over on the other shore, and he's waving to you all with 2 hands up in the air.
Well, go back to Not, I guess. I mean, which way is she taking us? Is she getting ready to lead us?
She's gonna take you west.
West? Boy, we're chumps. Going the wrong way.
Nymea, our
We're
dear
headed
friend Nod cannot. He cannot cross the river.
Is this some kind of joke to you?
Do you want to lose a meat shield, Hieronymus?
My number 1 asset.
Yeah, she's very important. Let's get her.
I asked, how long does this water kiss last?
It'll last for like at least 10 minutes, maybe even an hour.
That's vague.
No, I just don't know. That's not an answer. I just don't remember. I'm gonna look it up right now.
All right,
Folks,
so we gotta rest before we do anything. Do we want to get away from these things before we rest?
Well, we're keeping Alendria, it seems. We can't get rid of her.
Manea's gonna
Nymea.
guide you.
Let
Yeah.
me,
Oh, no, Meg, excuse me.
Nymea, that's her name.
Rest in their
Nymea.
encampment, because if anything attacks, they'll have to deal with them.
I, for one, would love to get as far away from this river and that terrible swamp as possible.
Yeah, I don't trust him after seeing what we saw under the ground. I want to get out of here.
I'm not closing my eyes here.
Can they help us get some kind of boat to get our friend across the river too?
Maybe if you try to persuade them, they would.
That is not my forte.
Dear Nymea, is there any way we could get our friend across the river? A boat, perhaps, or a kiss?
They did kiss him. Not is just
He just
scared
won't
of
go
going
he
in the water.
just refuses.
He will go in the water.
Yeah.
Well, or we could just, say not, hey, we gotta go get these. We're happy to do your quest after.
Well, you can ask Not that as well. Who are you talking to right now? You're talking to the Nixies or not?
I'm talking to Chris, John, Tim,
Oh.
Jeff, and Fritz. I don't
John,
know.
Paul, George, and Ringo.
I think maybe we can get Not to follow along down the river and maybe meet us somewhere. It could be easier for him to cross, or we can find a way across somewhere down here.
Yeah, he's gonna have to find his own way.
All right.
He's got to grow up.
Not, we're headed west. See if you can follow us along the river.
Or you can stop being such a big baby. Not.
Not is across the river, so it's very hard to hear, but you might just hear a distant cry from him. I can't swim.
You don't have to swim, lad. She's made it so you can breathe the water.
He irrationally shakes his head.
Watch this. And I just walk out into the water and walk across the river under the water and come up right in front of him. That's because of the Nixie's kiss. We can go under and breathe the water as we go across. It's
Not-
perfectly safe. I just did it in front of you.
Not
I'm
wants
trying-
to go to his cave and beat the
Manticore?
Manticore.
Look, Nat, we've all got to acquire 26 more experience points before we attempt to fight a Manticore.
Did we not get any experience for completing a quest?
You will at the end of the session, yeah. Not wants to go home.
We all want to go home, dear friend. I don't know if I could hear that.
I don't have a home.
No, this has to be done. We've got to rescue the girl because it's what we do.
Not waves and says, "Goodbye, new friends," and he starts to walk north along the river edge. Not will defeat the Manticore. You will see.
We'll come for you.
Don't go back and fight a manticore all alone. It's not safe.
Not safe? Good.
No. That's not what it means.
And he's running with vigor.
Oh,
He's safe.
no.
You told him he's safe. He's good.
Not, you silly git.
Although Sassori and be like, so you guys like some kind of heroes? You running an orphanage, or what's the deal here?
Yeah.
I hide in the bushes and steal stuff.
And
You run
kill
around
things.
looking for
Whoops,
strays.
I didn't mean to hit that.
We'll catch up with them later. I mean, we know approximately where it is, right? So we'll catch up with them later. If he's
Yeah, he told you
We'll
it was
find
in
his
the
body.
Whispering Woods. He told you in the Whispering. So, it's like, all of the northern part of the map. You'll be fine.
Wait, I think didn't he mark it on our map to be somewhere up here?
The arrow, yeah, the arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
assuming that
remember,
this
he's a-
ogre
Yeah.
Well, he's got to
That's
cross the river
any
somehow.
idea how a map works.
Yeah,
He
he's
saw
gotta
it.
get back across the river.
How does he cross the river?
That's a good question. One that you didn't ask him.
Well,
He's
I
gone.
think we do not have to worry.
By the way, when he pointed to the map, obviously, he picked a spot, but he's like, tree here. So you don't get the sense that he knows where he was at. But it's in the Whispering Woods. He knew that, and he called it by name.
We'll find him.
Look, I'm
Very
sure
sad
that
to see him
destiny
go.
will bring you and Not together.
Maybe we'll find his
Not.
body.
Yeah, you might find his body. Yeah.
Let's
Alright.
continue. Let's go save the
Before
girl.
we leave, I'm gonna ask her what's her name if they have any spell components I can use to recast my.
You're familiar? What do you need?
Yeah.
Tell her what you need, because I think that's it's like incense, right?
Yeah.
What do you need? They might have it.
Gotta look it up. Yeah.
An eyelash or something weird?
Do you happen to have any scrolls that you might have found that could be useful for a wizard?
Let's see. And you're a wizard, right? So let's see. What are you saying to them just to try to get them to give you something?
Please. I have need of more spells, and I would like some more spells. And do you happen to have any? I don't know what to say. I have a terrible charisma.
No need to roll. The Elendria, as one final parting gift, she will give you a pearl. She says this pearl
Ooh,
can help you breathe underwater. And she'll place it in your coat pocket. This is a magical gift.
Do I have your word? It's not gonna make me go unconscious and be under the water like your friends, or
Don't
these
put it
people?
in. Well, she says don't put it in your mouth.
Okay. All right.
So,
So that's
Uh,
what she said.
There's a joke here somewhere. You beat me to it. Darn it!
mm-hmm. Yep, fell right into that one. Like Michael Scott over here. All right, so Mania will take you across the water, and she'll guide you to the Ravenwood. So this is the Ravenwood on the map here, and the Ravenwood it's not marshland. It's more of a traditional forest that you would see in the area, and you know the Ravenwood because I think Fritz, we had said that your kind of like your wood elf heritage was a similar type of terrain. So you're familiar with this area in some way. Maybe not this specific area, but you're familiar with the woods and the nature. When you get to the area here, she tells you that there are, if you follow along this river, the one that's going off from the Goblin Water, she says that when you find the row of willows, that's where you head north, and you'll find your friends. They're hidden. You will not find them. What you'll see is a illusion. You'll know when you get to the clearing. Follow the willows and search the clearing.
All right.
Perfectly vague directions. Sounds good.
When you reach the row of willows, head north and search the clearing. That's pretty specific.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, as far as fantasy goes, sure.
So,
By the way, Bobby, charcoal, incense, and herbs. We must have that kind of stuff.
charcoal, incense, and herbs. I don't think they have
10
charcoal.
gold. 10 gold worth of charcoal.
10 gold.
I don't think they have charcoal here.
Charcoal
Probably the herbs for whatever incense, they might be able to give you that. So I'd say that you could barter for that. Yeah, they'll give that to you. But what are you going to give them?
My friendship.
You asked Alendria this directly, right? Actually, no. You
Yeah.
know what? Instead of if you can give her the
She
pearl
owes
back.
us. I'm going to let her know that we saved her life.
You can give her the pearl back. She'll give you that if you'd rather have
I'm
that.
keeping the pearl, but we saved her. You know, she was going to die, and she's not dead because of us.
Give me a
So-
persuasion check.
Can we just make charcoal? Is that not out of the
I know
game?
it's charcoal.
Every campfire, don't you just collect it every time we wake up?
Ooh, persuasion. Ooh, not good.
No dice. They need their resources as well.
All right. Fuck.
They've got Nixie wizards that want to cast these spells. They want to get their familiars, their pixie familiars. All right, so we're heading to the Ravenwood.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
So,
All right, so are you taking the long rest at the Ravenwood now that you're away from the Nixies?
Yes, please.
Yeah, we
Okay,
need
so
to do that
at this
rest.
point we could take the rest. I'll have you all make your dice rolls here. So if you have any extra hit dice, like Chris, you used one, so you have one left. If you want to use hit dice, you can. You can heal back your, or get back all of your spell slots and things like that to come back on a long rest. And you're going to stay here for the most of the day, right? So it's probably something around 10 a.m. at this point. You'll be here till about 5. Till about 6. So it's going to spend most of the day here, but you'll rest, recuperate, lick your wounds, prepare your spells right at the edge of the Ravenwood. Is there
I'd
anything you
love
need to do
to-
on your long rest that you need to announce?
I'd love to adventure in the daytime when
Yeah.
I can see.
yeah, why don't we take a second long rest after
On
the
it.
first one
I'd like to rest really hard.
I'm fine with that. Let's
and
Oh.
make a new start the following morning?
camp for a good day and hang out and recuperate.
I'd like to strike up a conversation with Eric, though,
Always here for it.
as we're sitting around the campfire, but maybe we can get to that point.
Yeah. Eric, what do you, how do you feel about joining this group of vagrants?
I feel incredibly well rested, having just been on the bottom of a river for God knows how long. So
How many
I'm-
years?
quite healthy, hardy, and chipper. A little bit confused about joining this group, right? Because they had this ogre following them around, and we got this guy bartering for herbs, and things are very confusing.
Now, by the way, we own you.
Yeah, well, this guy's telling me he owes me. I got the other guy reaching in the weird guy with the pole's pocket all the time. I don't know. Can't make
Yeah.
heads or tails of this.
Yeah, Zeb's checking his pockets like every 5
Yeah,
minutes.
This is a lot to take in for a guy who just woke up in the bottom of the river.
He's making sure he's got those 2 copper pieces. He's got one in each pocket, just in case there was a hole. At least he'll keep one of them.
Yeah, tell him if you rub those together hard enough, you can make 3.
What?
If you rub those together hard enough, you can,
You just changed his whole
like
world
like
view.
rabbits, dude. Just
He's
keep rubbing really quick.
literally over in the corner, and he's like this. You can hear like the.
Mind blown.
Nice. Great success.
What questions do you have for Eric Group, John? And you had some questions.
What were you doing out here all alone? What led to you sleeping underwater?
You see, it's this whole crazy thing, as you guys know about Nixies. They're tricky little devils, and they like to get their way. And when they don't, then I guess you end up taking a dirt nap like the other guys down there too. And that's where I ended up.
Did you know any of the other ones?
No, the other guys are not with me. Don't know if they were there before me. They're after me. You know, I wasn't really looking at the bottom of the river when I got there the first time, because not the first thing I do when I get to a river. But no idea about the other ones.
Are you from the keep?
I was at one point. Haven't been there in a little whiles.
In
What are
fact,
you
what
on your
date
way
is
to
it?
do, friend?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know, wherever the wind takes me.
No, more specifically.
That's you know, he's all over the place. You know, wherever the wind takes me, I'm a agent of change, so to speak. And
I'm thinking
I
maybe
get-
we should take him back to the Nixies and get that sword
oh
instead.
no, that's more fun than the sword. The sword can't do this.
What race is he?
He's human.
So how do you intend to repay us, friend?
Oh, God.
I've got all sorts of neat party tricks, and I want to use minor illusion to make a small little like marionette set. Do some little puppets.
Heal me before the long rest,
I
bunny man.
Do I
don't
look
think
like
I
a
can do
clown
that just
to you?
yet. I can do all sorts of neat
Funny
things,
man.
but that's not one of them. I'm the worst cleric ever. This is the
Wait a minute! We just traded a Holy Avenger sword for a cleric who can't heal?
I had much better conversation than the sword, I promise. The sword is very, very dull.
Oh
I'm just gonna
my
put
God, what have
your
we
token
done?
up here. I'm just gonna put
Thank
your
you.
token up on the screen for people to see.
You're the best.
All right. Now, this
That's
is from
not a very friendly look.
Printable Heroes. Obviously, is where we get our tokens. The link is down in the description. Printable Heroes, really awesome artwork for these tokens, and a lot of them come virtual tabletop ready. Jeff turned me on to the site, and I am now a patron of their Patreon as well. And you can
Also,
see
hundreds of printable miniatures from there. The
Yeah.
2D fantastic printable miniatures. Everything you can make.
yeah,
Sorry,
it's
go ahead.
it's awesome.
Back to the
I
show.
thank you, Jeff, because you changed my worldview.
Yeah.
By getting onto the site. Yeah, I love it. So this is not a, but is not a perfect representation. Tim described your character a little bit, but this one I think has a design mask, instead of the clown look per se. It's
Doing
what
the
I
best we
could
can.
find. But just wanted everybody to see your beautiful token here.
I appreciate it.
So what other questions you have for Eric?
What
What
did
are
you
y'all-
do when you were at the keep?
When I was at the keep, I was working for the people in charge there, because people in charge like to be entertained, but they often don't like my unique brand of biting satire. And so I found myself out of pocket pretty quickly there, and with that, I find myself out wandering around, having a good time, and seeing where Baltherius will take me.
I wonder if it's the same people who are in charge of the keep now. Do you happen to remember any names?
What
Right.
year do you think it is?
If I had taken better notes, I would have an answer to all of those questions.
You've been down under the water, if they tell you the date.
Yeah,
You've
we'll
been
tell him
down-
the day.
Yeah, you tell them the date.
Uh,
You've been down under the water for 6 months.
Oh, that's nothing.
So yeah,
You're
a reasonable
probably,
amount of time, I
you're
suppose,
probably
to be
really
underwater.
hungry, Tim. That's probably the most unique thing here is you're hungry.
I'll pull out some rations, and as I'm handing it to him, I kind of yank it back for 1 second and say, Eric, do you have any outstanding debts, or are you on the run from anything before you join us and bring us with you?
Oh, that's great.
I'm gonna think long and hard about that one for a hot second. And after
The food is
thinking,
going to stay long and far away from you then,
That's-
until you answer.
absolutely
Wow.
fair. Flattered.
That's great.
Thinking, no, I don't. Can't think of anything off the top of my head. No outstanding debts. No one should be hunting me. No, I was not paid, but I don't think I owed anyone money to keep.
I'll shrug and toss you the rations. I'm easy to trust.
Having heard this, I walk over and take off his jester hat and then say to Barrick, "There's nothing on his head, just hair."
I think it
Bounty's
was a
on your
brace
head.
in his head. Yeah. Ay, 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 ay.
All right.
Grab my hat back and put it back over my deeply receding hair and say, "I'll take that back, thank you."
I
You know
trust
what?
him and walk away. So it's up to other people.
I say to Eric, you have to forgive Cecily. He's almost as smart as Zeb over there.
Still rubbing the coins together.
Let's go to town with the coins.
Yep.
So that guy's got it all figured out. At least he's got a plan. What are you guys doing?
I'm trying to pick up your marionette, and my hands keep going through it. I'm very upset.
But
Yeah,
he's
so what are you
very
guys
sneaky.
doing? You didn't tell him the plan. What are you guys doing?
We are gonna rescue the daughter of the guard captain. Let me go back through my notes.
Of the farmer who's
Commander Earl Buttes.
Oh, Commander Butts. I remember Commander Butts.
Yeah, that was the
Bobby, I
fella.
remember the day in court.
bailiff
Cha-
butts.
In court.
Deeply with Bailiff Butts.
He chased you out of the keep on a number of times.
That's right.
In fact, you made a couple of passes at his daughter, who was
And that's
To
a
be
button I'll never
married.
forget.
yeah, she was to be married to Jonathan. You also know
Yeah.
Jonathan. He's a real tool.
Tools and butts together does not go over well.
Of course, his name is Jonathan Tool. When I was
So,
trying, when I was
what's
trying
the
to think of a
daughter's
name
first name?
for this character, Jonathan, I was the only I could not think of anything other than Jonathan Frakes, Star Trek.
Sure.
So I literally kept in my mind it was Jonathan Frakes, but I can't name him Jonathan Frakes. So he's Jonathan, and I have no last name yet.
Her
Jonathan
name is
Toole.
her name is Adina, Tim.
Oh,
Adina.
Adina Butts. That's right. Okay, yep. So, Adina Tool. Yeah, that doesn't sound great either. Definitely keep the Butts last name. Maybe hyphenate? Tool Butts?
Tool,
Butts Tool?
it's Buttes.
It's not.
You hear the Earl's voice. It's Buttes.
Then learn to spell it.
All right, so you've all rested. Everybody good?
Did we get 2 long rests in there?
Yeah,
Oh,
we do it too.
No,
we-
you're doing 1 or 2?
Well, 1 gets us to dinner.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we want to keep blundering around in the forest after dark. Maybe we should just camp overnight.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
nothing.
she's been missing for
A while now, like a week and a half,
weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah.
And we're pretty sure that she
What's one
went
more
with it.
day? I roll some random encounters.
I was listening for 6 months. Nobody's looking for me. We can go another week.
True. Okay. All right. So you're gonna stay here overnight. Let's see. Fritz, give me a D6.
Comes a one.
And everybody can just tell me what the. Interesting. Can everybody just
Can I-
tell me what the
Yes.
tell me what the order is for staying up at night? Who's on watch?
I'm happy to stay up first. I'm again chipper, wide awake. It's 6
I'm
months.
sure you would.
Didn't we work this out before?
Yeah, we did, but I don't remember.
Who are the elves again? It's
What matters is making sure that you give your speech at the right time.
Yeah, and that someone uses the healing potion,
so
healing spells at the right moment.
I can do it anytime after a rest, short or long.
Well, we've just done 1 long rest.
But I'm pretty sure if you take a rest,
Not
like,
once per
that'll-
day. You can do it as
No,
many
it's
times.
right after. Yeah, it's after a
Cool.
rest.
Spam it. But I would like 4 hit points if somebody can spare a healing spell without wasting a hit die.
I can throw healing word. Throw that out.
How's everyone else doing on
Oh, right. We had
in
a long
between the
rest.
2 rests? Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
First rest, get our spells,
Right.
and
Okay.
use some of them, and then rest again.
The only
Okay.
unfortunate part is you're gonna have to hear Nate speak every time I spam it. So just get ready.
Okay. So at dinner time, after the first rest, I've got my 2 spell slots back, so I've got 2 healing words. I'm going to healing word myself
Sure.
1 time. That's typical. And I'm only down 2. Okay. Who else? Who's hurt worse than 2?
I need 4.
Full.
Okay, so I'll give the second one to John. Of course. Have 3.
Gladly take it.
Okay.
Guys, if we're about to rest, I'll just fill you guys up with some lay on hands.
Sweet. I'll take 1.
Lay on hands.
Lay your hands on me.
Okay.
Anybody else? No, everyone else is full. Okay.
I'm full.
I'm
Just make sure you keep your hands to
down
yourself.
2, so that tops everybody up.
Cool. I got both my hit die back. If we are allowed to do both rests, let's see what the DM wants to do.
Who are the? Wait, I think I figured it out. Who are the elves again?
I'm an elf.
I think Fritz is an elf, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm a half. I don't get that.
No,
I
you
don't
don't
get
get
the 4
that.
hours.
Shoot, never mind.
Yeah, I'll take a watch.
I mean, if Fritz is at full health and has full spells, or do you not have full spells now? Do you used a healing word or no?
I'm
He
at
didn't
full
use it.
spells because I didn't use it.
Okay, so then it doesn't matter for Fritz really where he goes, where Ulo goes. Chris, you're fine because you haven't taken much damage and you were at full kind of going
at
into
full.
the first rest, so you're fine. It really doesn't matter at this point. It's just who you want paired up.
I'll stay up first. Actually, no. I'll stay up while it's dark. If that's what we're trying to figure out. 'cause I can
You do have
see.
dark vision, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Sasori, me, and Barrack should be separate, and then the non frontline fighters should be
Yep.
split up. So it's just a question of who's going with who.
Who's going with Eric?
I look at Hieronymus.
Okay,
I'll go with Eric.
okay, and I've got Ula.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend the time trying to talk Nathan out of his devotion to his god. What do you really think about it?
So
I don't have
Barrack and
to think.
Hieronymus.
I feel, Hieronymus, something you might try once in a while.
Fritz
No,
and
this is an
Scory.
in-depth, spiritual conversation, not a burn.
Okay,
Working Ulla's
Fritz and
this.
Scory, right? Fritz and Scory, and then the last watch is going to be John, Sasori, and Eric.
Sure.
Yes.
I'm in.
Okay.
For the watches, I tell everyone to have a good night's sleep and get ready to save lives tomorrow. And at least the first watch will have 5 temporary hit points.
Okay. All right. So it's at this point you head to bed. You snuff the fires out. You get everybody gets into their position. Maybe you keep the fire. I don't know, up to you guys. But Nate and Chris, you two are on first watch, and you are talking about how to get Barrack out of religion.
Yeah.
Trying to take the religion out of him.
I'm just
Gotcha.
trying to. I want him to pick a different god.
I'm trying to counter with getting Hieronymus in touch with feelings to start to feel sympathetic and empathetic to other people.
I feel.
The immovable object.
Yeah. Nate is
My
the
dear
unstoppable
Hieronymus.
force.
the irresistible farce.
Yeah. How do you not look at the sun, the moon, everything that's beautiful in this world and not feel something inside?
Are these words going to give me more hit points?
Hieronymus is willing to listen to anybody who'll give him hit points. It's very zero sum.
Passive perceptions for Barrack and Hieronymus.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. 10.
I think I have 13.
Damn.
Oh, don't quote me on that. I don't know.
Hieronymus, you are you're kind of tuning out the religious ideology that's being hurled at you, and you're looking off into the edge of the Ravenwood, and you have dark vision because you're a gnome. 60 feet away from you, at the edge of the tree line, you can see 3 humanoid outlines approaching. They're trying to be stealthy, you can tell. They're making very little noise, but you see them in the shadows.
Can I tell what kind of a race they are? mean,
Humanoid.
dark vision, so
Humanoid.
Man-sized.
Yep.
I'll tap Barrick on the chest. Hey, we have some visitors.
He's trying to tell you about Hyperius.
Well, Hyperius is one. We have what? Of course, Hyperius, the wonderful god of sun. How far am I from Sasori?
I'd say you're all within, I don't know, within 20 feet of each other. You're sleeping in various bedrolls, right?
Can I kick him, or is he not that close?
I'd say you can just walk a few feet and kick him.
Oh, I didn't want to stop my conversation to appear as though I don't know. So
No, you can continue on your conversation. If you'd like, you can make a deception check to see if you can really keep up the illusion that you're talking about Hyperius. and
Yeah,
not.
you know what? I'm gonna get up around the fire, reference the light. The light. How do you not feel this? And as I do, I'm gonna kick kick Sasori, and whoever else I can walk by, I'm just gonna kick them nice and hard as I'm talking about how Hyperius and his might, and how we must travel to the peaks of Mount Argonia.
What about Eric?
Bond with the bearers of the sun. Sorry. Yeah, I'll kick Eric. I'll kick him No, I'm not gonna kick him extra hard. I'm not mean like that. Yeah, I'll just kick him. Regular kick.
Regular kick.
Yeah.
Yay!
As I blab on about Hyperius.
All right. So you kick everyone awake. You all look around. Who has dark vision? I know Jeff does.
I do.
You do. Okay. So actually, everyone does
I
except
do.
for
I know
Nate
it.
and Tim. Okay. Let's go to the group here. So you are just kicked awake by Barrack Helios.
Even I am capable of realizing why I'd be awoke in the middle of the night, and I reach for my swords.
I say that one cannot hide like a rogue in the night from the light of Hyperius.
I also want to snicker under my breath. That's pretty funny.
I look over at Eric, and I see that and I say, "What? What? What'd I miss?"
It's pretty safe to say nobody sneaking around these woods is in our favor, right? I think I'm gonna start combat.
I never trust someone sneaking in the
You
woods.
guys
at
have
dark.
3 seconds to stop me.
All right.
I'll,
So the figures
I'll
are about
realize
60 feet away from you at the tree line. And
I'm gonna throw sleep at them.
okay. Roll your
It's a
hit
harmless
dice.
spell. It won't kill them, but in case they're friendly. Okay, so but I'd rather get the jump on him while he can. So sleep.
While he's casting the spell, I'd like to roll the opposite direction into the tree line.
That's
And-
not. Why do they roll so many dice? Sorry.
Well, because there's a lot of die for sleep.
No, it's rolling twice the proper
Hold
number
on.
of dice.
Let me do it again.
You rolling with advantage?
Well, it still rolled the
Right.
right amount.
Wow.
It still rolled the
Yeah.
right amount. You got 11 there, so
Yeah, it added it up.
Nothing happens.
yeah. It's just sometimes the dice they glitch a little bit and it just rolls more than you might need, but the chat is
11
usually
is
correct.
Awful.
Yeah, so you cast a spell, and it's clear that you're casting, and then you see crossbow bolts let loose at the group. AC? Chris?
9.
9? Okay.
But it's very small.
But I'm weak.
All right, Chris, you're going to get hit by one of the bolts.
Ugh.
Do you have any reaction or something, or no?
No.
Okay. All right. You take a total of that's not bad. Only why did it roll? Did you see that in the chat?
Yeah.
It looks like I rolled like a ton of dice.
I saw a 1 8-sided die roll.
Do one.
Yeah, it's all one.
That's weird. Okay, I'm gonna. Sorry, apologize. I don't know what happened there. My chat has different numbers here. You're only gonna take 5 hit points from this, but that's 1 crossbow bolt. Second one's gonna go at you as well, and the last one is gonna go at Barrack Hyperius. or Barrack Helios. Barrack, what's your AC now at night? I know you're probably wearing because you're armor because you're on patrol. What do you got?
18. Well, I probably don't have a shield. 16.
You're still safe. They don't manage to hit you. Let's say it clangs off the armor. Everyone now knows you're in combat. Let's roll initiative, everyone.
Excellent. Defend me, Hyperius.
Okay, so Eric, good first roll here. A 1 on initiative. You're really
Coming in hot.
Sasori, 21.
Let's go.
Scory 5. Let's see, Hieronymus
Gotta be
7.
Has anyone else not seen Tim's rolls in the chat?
I
yeah,
just started
Tim.
off whisper mode from the last time.
Yeah.
Okay.
18 for Barrack. Ula, total of what? 10 total?
10 total.
Okay. All right, so we've got Sasori, Barrack, Ula, Hieronymus, Scory, and Eric. All right, so we go to the top of the order here. Let's go with Sasori. You're just woken up.
Yep. So I'm going to reach for my swords and try to make a roll out of the campfire light into
Sure.
the darkness.
Mhm.
And use the hide action.
Sure, so you could find something to hide behind in your campsite, and you get a total of 23. Now, you have no idea where the enemies really are. You saw the crossbow bolts come from the tree line, but you've just got your bearings. You were on the floor and asleep, so I don't know if you would have any sense of where they are right now.
No,
Even
I
with dark
definitely
vision.
agree. I mean, that would be my cunning action there. So I still, have an action. So I'd like to take my action to,
Perceive.
kind of see what's going on and kind of get my bearings.
Go ahead. Give me a check.
No, 11.
11. You look over to the direction of where the crossbow bolts came from, and you feel like you might hear some movements rather than see, because there's a lot in the way here. The tree line is dense, but you can hear some shuffling coming from a direction.
I'd like to start to make my way towards that direction. So I know
Okay.
we don't have any map up here, but yeah, I gotta move
Okay,
30
well,
feet.
yeah. Well, I think right now you're hidden, right?
Yep.
So I think unless you want to reveal yourself, I guess you could move stealthily.
Yeah. Right?
Okay. Slower
Weapon.
though, then only 15 feet.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. So you're still, as I said, the tree line is they're about 60 feet away from Barrack and them, so you might be somewhere in that ballpark.
Perfect.
All right, let's go to the next is Barrack.
You're muted, Nate.
I was like, he's thinking hard.
Really hard. Yeah. For me to stay quiet. They're 60 feet away.
Yeah.
I will.
Although I'll say you probably don't see them because you're human and your sight, even with the campfire, would only be 40. You just know the direction of the bolts.
Right. I will pick up my shield, sprint 30 feet. Because I assumed my shield would be like on the ground where I was sitting. I'll pick that up, sprint 30 feet towards them, towards where I think the bolt came from, and then take the dodge action.
Okay. You said you picked up a light source, torch, or?
No, my shield. I have my sword,
I see.
or my warhammer in my one hand, and
Okay.
my shield in the other.
Okay, gotcha. All right, perfect. And then we go to 10 would be Ula. Okay, so you see that was probably the creatures in the woods. You hear shuffling of feet and breaking of twigs and branches as the sound gets further and further away from you. Crossbow bolt. To your AC 18 now with your shield.
Yep.
Okay. You're going to hit once with a crossbow bolt for a total of 4 damage.
Even with the dodge?
Yes. Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes. Because you feel like you can't see them. You're blinded, right? You're too far out of the light, so you have, creatures have advantage you, so that would negate the advantage.
Gotcha. Sure.
It's pitch black once you get to the tree line, so you have really no light source. So you're just you're trying to really listen for the sounds. All right, we go to
Fantastic.
Ula.
As a free action, I shout back, "Throw a torch over here!"
Ula might help you.
Yeah, so that sounds like they're moving away from us, you said?
Yeah, totally, yeah. They're in retreat mode here.
And what, with dark vision, what can I see?
You can see up to 60 feet, and so you stand up, and you can move closer to where Hieronymus is. And they're actually maybe further than your sight at this point.
So I'll just, is there a light source? I'll just try and toss it forward so we can see a little bit more and then try to stay low. It doesn't seem like we should go after him.
I see dark vision here, Hieronymus.
Yeah, I just threw it up there for you.
Yeah, so you can see up to, in dim light, 60 feet. So I'd say, the light of either the McMoonlight or whatever that you have, the tree line really covers it up more. That's really the difficulty would be. Yeah.
And then I'll just ready my bow, and just if I see anything, let loose an arrow.
Okay, yeah. So you take out your bow, but you don't see anything at this point. Do you want to move even further, though? Do you want to not ready the action? Do you want to just keep moving, double move?
No, I'll stick with the group because I don't want to
Okay.
get separated out there. If it looks like they're running away.
Yeah, so you go up to Barrack probably, and
Yeah.
you catch up with him. You double move to Barrack.
Okay.
Okay. Now, of course, all of you don't have armor on. The people that were sleeping. So
Can I have slept in my gambeson? The padding underneath my scale armor?
would you do that normally?
I'm a dwarf and a soldier. I would think
Sure.
so.
Yeah, sure. So what are you thinking? That's like padded armor? 11?
Yeah, 11 instead of 10. That
I'll
seems
allow
like
it.
what a soldier would do in the,
For a
in-
dwarf. For a
Yeah.
dwarf, I'll allow it. I love dwarfs. Big fan.
They're the best race.
If you were an elf, I wouldn't let you do it.
Well, I wouldn't. Yeah,
You wouldn't even think to ask
No,
that.
no.
Right?
These bastards don't even sleep. You can't
Precise.
trust them. You can't trust them.
That's true. All right, so
okay.
yeah,
Are we
so
to
it'll be after Ula, it's going to be Hieronymus, then Scory.
Okay, sorry.
I'm just gonna take cover down at the base of a tree somewhere and hide.
Nobody's given poor Barrack a torch.
Well, you know what? Scratch that. I heard him saying I'm gonna throw a firebolt up there, and hopefully hit a tree,
Oh wow! Start a forest fire. Great.
start a fire.
Okay. Roll
Wanna-
roll to hit. A nat 1. Smokey the Bear ain't gonna be happy about this.
What about?
Should hit something good.
You don't really hit. I guess your target's gonna gotta hit something. You don't hit the tree you intended to. You might hit the ground or something. But yeah, maybe a little blaze will start up.
All we need is a little light for him to see.
Yeah, just a dim light there, coming from the little fire on the floor of the forest. It's still not enough for him to probably see the enemies at this point. They might be considerable distance, but all right. Let's go to Scory and then Eric.
Okay. Grab my shield and my axe and run to Barrack. Can I see anything?
I'd say when you get to Barrack, you can see at maybe at the edge of your sight, you can see the 3 humanoids hightailing it south along the river.
They're going south along the river. Come with me, and I'll double move after them.
Sure. If you want to give chase and keep up with them, we can do that. However, is anyone gathering their things? I know you have your weapons, but You're gonna leave your stuff here?
I have all my
Well,
stuff.
No,
I didn't say
we gotta
everybody
grab it.
come. I said, well, Zeb will watch it.
Zeb could. He could.
You can sleep in light armor, can you not?
Zeb is out cold.
No one bothered to kick him.
No, Nate said he kicked all of you, but not Zeb, right?
I didn't say his name. I just said I kicked everyone around the fire. Does Zeb have to sleep away from the fire?
Yeah, Hieronymus doesn't let him sleep near the warmth. He doesn't want him to get comfortable.
And I wouldn't have kicked him, I guess.
They said we
You guys
couldn't have.
playing
You know,
it
I
here, huh?
asked for a railing. They said no, because we'd lean on it. That's what it.
You know what they said? We'd be leaning
We
too much.
lean too much. It's Family Guy, the Star Wars special.
The guy standing next to the Death Star laser.
Yeah, he's like, I wanted a railing. They said we'd lean on it too much.
Okay, I got it.
So Barrick, you kicked everyone awake except Zeb. Hieronymus, do you have any words for Zeb?
Get up.
Okay.
He rises like Frankenstein from his sleep.
Fire bad.
Well, what do you want him to do, though?
Tell him to get up and get ready. We're under attack.
Okay, he starts packing up stuff. And then we get to Eric, you're last.
You got a lot done in 6 seconds.
He
So
gets
what
up
else?
and just starts grabbing things. He's not done, but he's grabbing stuff.
I want to squint into the darkness at the direction the crossbow bolt came from and just yell after them, you better keep running. We got reinforcements on the way, and then use minor illusions to make the sound of drums beating
Nice.
behind us.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah.
And that seems to do it. You hear the running continue. Do you want to give chase, Scory and Barrick? Or you're the closest. Do you want and Ula? Do you want to give chase?
What do you guys think?
I can't
Well-
see, but I will.
I think hold back. Let's hold back, get our gear, and go in the morning. We don't know what we're walking into.
I can't keep up with them.
I need the light of
natural
Hyperius,
sprinters.
and
We're
I will
not
give
distance
chase.
runners. We're not made for running distance.
I'll double up on the guard. That'll be enough.
Okay.
We might want to move.
Even better.
What are you guys playing at here? Weren't you asking me if I had people following me? What's your deal here? Why are you being attacked in the middle of the night?
You should have asked before.
It's a good question. No one should be attacking us in the middle of the night. But this is the Borderlands.
All right. So
Everybody attacks everybody.
so are we're pulling back? We're letting them get away.
Yeah, we're gathering back at the fire for
Okay.
now.
All right. So you
Reluctantly.
yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, we want to kill.
All right. So then now that the assailants in the night have fled, we're back to the campsite here. Zeb is
Did
just
they-
about packed up everything of his stuff.
Did they look to me? Could I see anything better?
Yeah, you know what? I'd say once you got to where Barrick was and you were able to see them at the edge, you could see that they looked like they were humans. They had crossbows. You know, that's about it. They were wearing hoods and cloaks. And
It was the bandits for sure.
The bandits that we fought on the way up here, before we ever even got to the keep, were they similarly equipped? Did
Some
they
of them
have
had-
crossbows. I'm trying to
they had
remember.
some different weaponry each. Like there were some people looked like they were more melee combatants. They had
Okay.
some scimitars. The leader had a rapier. They all had some form of ranged weapon, crossbow or a hand crossbow.
Okay. And I mean, I don't know if I could have seen this or not, but did these guys look raggedy and mismatched, or did they look like they were all with the same gear?
Yeah, that you probably couldn't tell from
Okay.
the distance and the fact that I guess the dark vision is in.
It's in black.
It's like
It's
shades
in
of
shades of
gray.
gray, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just had to ask.
Well, we lost the element of surprise.
Aye. If we haven't had it in the first place.
We didn't have any element of surprise. They knew we were here. If we had fire, they could hear us.
Well, we can't see those willows in the middle of the night, so I don't think we have anything we can do except for move along to a new spot, sleep without a fire to attract less attention.
The thing is, now we know that they know that we know about them.
But do they know that you know that they know that you know they know?
They were
That's
looking
our
back
saving
to see
grace.
if we were looking back to see if they were looking back to see.
Great.
Okay.
I'm counting on my fingers and I'm really confused.
So,
All right.
yeah, so you can regroup, move to a slightly more remote site, and finish your long rest here. I mean, it was early in the night. It was the first watch, so if you want to finish the night, you can.
Yeah. I think we should not sleep in the exact same spot.
Yeah, you can relocate a bit. You can move for
Let's leave the fire burning.
Yeah, sure. Good idea.
Leave the fire burning here and move somewhere else to sleep cold.
Can we get Hieronymus to pick up some to try to forge some charcoal from that fire? We've been
Yeah,
burning
Hieronymus,
logs.
you get your charcoal that you want.
Wait, hold on. He gets 10 gold pieces worth of charcoal
But they
from
didn't
this
give me-
stupid
they-
campfire. We're in the wrong business.
They
Yeah, I
didn't
don't
give me
think
any
it's gold
incense,
worth.
right? They didn't give me any herbs and incense, so
That's right. You need that still.
that's what matters. The
Okay.
charcoal is not what matters.
So you'll
I
relocate.
have 5 incense. by the way.
Actually, not to be like the rule person, unless Bob wants to disagree with me, but no, you don't need the incense and the herbs. You can use your spellcasting focus, your arcane focus. Only the monetary stuff is what matters when you're using your arcane focus.
But there's
That-
10
that
gold
is-
pieces worth of
The
herbs.
10
Correct,
gold pieces
which
has to
you're
be.
not getting.
Yeah.
You're not getting 10 gold worth of charcoal, I don't think. But you can
However-
start collecting.
Now let's just say you went to a store and they were selling it for 10 gold. Is that 10 gold pieces worth of charcoal? Like if there's a sale, a discount, another $9.99?
Yeah, what if I got it half off on the supplies? I can't cast my spell?
No,
Right.
it's
so,
actually you went to the Whole Foods, so the charcoal's really expensive. One piece,
Yeah.
you know.
Full paycheck.
It's one
But it's
one
Tahitian
charcoal. One charcoal. It's organic, no GMOs.
I think we're focused on the wrong word here.
There you go. I think
Okay.
I think that you could probably collect enough charcoal from a full campfire. Yeah, because it's supposed to be like an brazier that you're using, right? So I assume.
But I still
That you
I
have
still
that.
don't have the herbs and the incense.
But Chris, that's what I'm saying. You don't
he's
need
saying-
that when you have an arcane focus. That's
So
another cool
because-
feature of.
Oh, so somehow if we can gather up 10
Charcoal.
gold pieces worth of charcoal, we can.
Yeah,
make
if it
a cast
has,
spell?
it's the key is if it has a monetary value, you can't use the focus. So that's what you need. So you can gather the charcoal and you could resummon your familiar.
Technically, you can't. Charcoal is normally obtained from the burning of wood, peat, bones, blah, 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 with little or insufficient air. Charcoal.
Oh,
doesn't
and this
just-
is open air. Ah,
You can't just collect charcoal from a campfire. You
There
got
you
to
go.
make it on purpose.
Yeah.
in between this session and next session, I'm gonna look up charcoal manufacturing, and I'm going to find out exactly what you need, Chris. And if
We're not
if-
talking about charcoal briquettes. I literally have charcoal
I've
in
been
my
looking for new
campfire from the last time I made fire.
No, you have ash. Not the same.
No, if they're
And
actual
all
pieces
viewers left.
Next,
when the
next
fire
time we
gets
leave,
snuffed out.
I'll make sure I have enough.
People are definitely tuning in next week.
to see if Chris can find charcoal. This is the type of tabletop gaming experience you get here at Tabletop, Bob. It's
The mind's
great.
pay is very
Minutia.
important.
No fighting, just arguing over really small things.
God.
over charcoal. This episode, we're going to change the name to the Charcoal Incident.
Is it,
Man,
is it
this
worth
just feels
that
like
gold?
1974 all over again.
Does it? Well, then I'm
Oh,
glad that we got
totally
it.
old school here.
I can't believe the Pixies were so damn stingy with handing out some herbs
They
Oh,
gave
I'm
you
mad at
a.
them.
They gave you a human.
and a pearl.
We
All
didn't
right,
ask for them.
The title has been officially changed. We are live with it. Yeah. There we go.
First comment: skip this episode.
Yeah.
Tim got a new character. You know everything you needed to know. Just go to the next one.
I
will be a
Go to
duck.
charcoal.
You know, I will say though that we're right up against the first episode of Campaign 3 Critical Role, and I think we have really knocked them down a peg.
Oh,
They're
I know.
only at 92,000 right now watching, so it's very comparable to ours.
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
We were doing well, so I think people like this charcoal debacle
Start a
here.
charcoal business.
So
There you
you
go.
head south a bit, you relocate, you sleep for the night, and that's when you wake in the morning. Barrick, do you have anything to say about the dawn?
Yeah, as I roll over and awaken to a beautiful sunrise, I look at Hieronymus and say, "My dear friend, just take a moment with me and look at that sun, and take in its beauty and its rays.
It hurts my eyes.
And everybody, we shall find Adina and Jonathan Toole today as we walk among the willows. My dear friends and companions, and Eric,
I walk over and I say,
My friends and Eric.
and
I'll get
everyone
there.
gets 5 temporary hit points, and Eric."
"Stop telling the bad guys what we're doing."
I actually really like Eric. He seems like a nice guy.
All right, so you wake,
Thanks, Bob.
you gather your materials, your somewhat half-made charcoal, and you continue south. As you follow along the riverbank, you come to a patch of the forest where the willows dominate the rest of the trees, and you follow the small little path from the willows into the Ravenwood. It's about noon at this point in your journey. It takes a couple hours to get to where you're at, but you come to a big clearing. And the center of this clearing is a massive outcropping of rock. Jagged and pointed rock. It's huge. It is probably maybe 50 feet high in the air, and it's just a very large collection of rock.
I will.
How footprints? Any evidence of activity around this very high outcropping of rock?
You do. You see footprints here, booted footprints. They kind of are all around in this clearing.
Should we stick together or split up?
Don't split the party. How big? How
There you
far
go.
is it from the tree line to the wherever?
So it's you're actually in the forest, in the thick of the forest. It's a clearing though. Looks like it was cleared by
Okay.
people. And the clearing itself might be 100 to 150 feet wide.
Okay.
It's wide, and in the center, direct in the center, is this large outcropping of rock, jagged, pointed rocks sticking up nearly 50 feet in the air.
How wide is the rock outcropping?
Similarly, probably like about 50 feet itself.
Can we skirt? I think we should go around it the opposite direction that we just came, around the long way. See what we can see.
Sure. That
Staying
sounds
hidden.
Great.
So you're staying like on the tree line. You're not entering into the
Right.
outcropping,
We want to
right?
stay
Or
back in the trees if at all possible.
Yep,
Sure.
But
And
not
we're watching
coming
the
from the
ground
north.
as we go in case we see paths going to or from.
Gotcha. Okay.
And like kind of going down and around the opposite direction we came.
Sure.
I'd like to be like.
Give me a perception check. Let's do a group perception check. So everyone, give me one.
I'll take my 16. There we go. Ouch.
13 for me.
13.
13.
Good. So I see Hieronymus 2, Barrack 5, Ula 10, plus your dex, so it's 11, right? No, perception is wisdom. That's pretty high, actually. To 13. And Scoria 4, Sassoria 16. All right. So as you skirt the edge of the clearing, you don't see anything. You saw some footprints throughout the clearing, but there's no sign of people. You hear faint sound of music coming from the rock.
What kind of
music?
Merry music. It's a like dancing music.
Instruments?
Yeah, probably that of a lute.
Okay.
It's hard to make out the tune because it seems distant, but it seems to be emanating from the rock.
As we've walked
Voices? Is
around.
there singing?
Hard to tell. You hear
Well,
the
there's an
sound
illusion.
of the lute, and you hear perhaps some other instruments as well. Hard to tell because you didn't. I think only 3 of you got successes here. So
with my 16, am I able to tell that it's
well,
from...
this was a group check. So if the majority of you passed it, then it was a success that the group heard the music.
And it sounds like it's coming from below our feet.
It's coming from the rock in the center of the clearing. So just let me
Yeah.
describe it again. There's a clearing, and in the center of this clearing is a massive rock outcropping. You're all on the outskirts of the clearing, not wanting to go into the area that doesn't have cover. But from the inside of the rock, you hear music.
Have we seen any entrances on the rock as we go around?
None.
It'll
I
be
want to
there.
move closer to the rock.
Never heard of a rock playing music, but I bet you there's a way to get inside.
It's playing rock music.
Ah,
Oh, I see what you did there. With my dwarvish familiarity with stone, do those rocks look believable?
yeah, very much so.
Okay.
Very much so. They look like the stone of this region. It does look like a real rock outcropping.
And the ground around here is solid? Like, not back over in the swampy area,
yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah, it's
So-
solid. It's not swampy. No.
there could be it's plausible to believe that there could be subterranean chambers that would
Caves?
I will.
You would believe so.
caves.
I'll
Yeah.
inform
Thank you.
everybody that it's an illusion, and you have to interact with it to be able to disbelieve it. So you have to actually go and touch it to believe that it's not there.
I'll bite. I'll go touch the rock.
You first.
Eric, you walk through the
I'm
clearing.
like, yes, he's going.
You get to the rock.
Did you borrow the 10-foot pole?
You touch the center of, you touch the rock formation. And when you do so, your hand disappears into it.
Oh, I want to keep on going.
You continue on. You see your new friend, disappear into the rock. Inside, Eric, you see.
I knew he was shifty.
You see a cabin about 30 feet away from the edge of the rock. There's some other, tree stumps or some boulders littering the area, but no massive rock formation. That rock formation is gone.
I like this guy's style.
And inside the cabin, now that you're closer, you hear the music and you hear voices coming from inside.
Multiple voices. Well, I like that less. That's scary.
How big is the cabin?
It's a small, modest cabin. It's got 2 floors.
So we think it could hold like 5 people or like 20 people?
Hard to tell, and Eric's the only one that sees it right now.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna-
Let's go on.
Oh, I thought it
Can I-
disappeared for all of us. Excuse me.
No. Your friend Eric disappeared.
Can I backtrack a little bit and kind of gesture that people should come inside the rock?
Yes,
So-
you can.
The moment he disappeared, I started running
Oh, okay.
through that.
So the rest of the
chat.
group gets there, and you see this cabin in this tiny hidden rock, large illusion that was hiding this cabin. And inside, you hear, from inside, you hear the music, and you definitely know that there are people here.
Human
So
people.
we don't know. We hear music, so you assume people.
Dwarves don't have music? Half elves do. Why does it have to be human?
No, I mean like we recognize voices, the voices and the instrumentation. Oh,
Yeah, you
God,
do, yeah.
I'm sorry. I just answered. So sorry.
It's probably human. But anyway, at this point, this is where we'll stop. Next time, we'll see what's inside Raven Rock.
Raven Rock. Okay, we got a name.
Yeah. So that's the end of the stream. We're going to pause here and pick this back up in 2 weeks and see what lies inside. Thank you for watching. YouTube chat, Twitch chat, thank you for staying with us. By the way, I don't even know if I've told you all this, but I think you might have seen it on my social media posts this week. The official Tabletop Bob merch store is open. You can get cool stuff like this Lawful Good mug that I've been drinking out of tonight. Various different Tabletop Bob t-shirts, all on Tabletop Bob Etsy store that is run by someone very important. That's my wife. So you can go to her Etsy shop. The link is down in the description and check out everything there. And you can check out all of her other things. She kind of does amazing stuff up there. So
She
I don't know
makes
if you can
great
hear me
stuff.
there. She does, right? You know Nate, yeah. She's made you a couple things. But yeah, so check it all out. Hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications. We'll be back in 2 weeks, and we'll see what's going on here. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon.
See y'all then.
Thanks, guys. See you
See you
soon.
night, everybody. Thanks
And
for
we'll see you all on the
waiting through
tabletop.
the charcoal.
Yes, the charcoal. We'll get the charcoal figured out by next time. Good
I'm
night.
gonna make it in my backyard. Let's see how long it takes.
Yeah, you need to do a little science experiment for us, all right? So see how you can make it.
I already know that.
All right.
Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Hey, folks.